Hey, what's up, guys? Scavenger Reviews here, and I am going to lay y'all on some knowledge. So, first of all, Friday the 13th, right? We all love it. It's great. That new, Sweet Revenge just came out. I'm gonna watch it right after this video. Probably won't make a video on it, but I'm excited to see it. I think it's really cool that stuff is happening in Friday the 13th after all these years. You know, it's been like 500 years, since the last Friday the 13th thing. Which is crazy because it only came out like 16 years ago. So, like, to have 500 years in 16 years, that's wild. You know what I'm saying? So, like, anyways, about about the fucking polar ice caps. Why is it so dark? No, brighten up. There you go, lock right there. That's good. Anyways, about the like polar ice caps, as I was saying, the geopolitical climate of Uruguay not acceptable. We really need to work on that, guys. Anyway, so you got Friday the 13th, the first movie. Before that movie, you've got Jason and his mother, Pamela, which I finally picked up the NECA Pamela figure. And let me tell y'all, besides your mother, I have never been more excited to own a middle-aged white woman. And this one, I only had to pay $30 for it. Tyler's winning, staying up, stay in game. Let's go. Yeah, blast. No ice, of course. Anyways, though, so you got that movie, and that is pretty self-explanatory, super easy. Pamela is fucking nuts, but she loves her son. I wonder, because you never see it in like any movies. I think you probably see it in like one of the comics where it goes into like Jason's childhood. But I wonder what kind of mom she was. Like, was she a fairly normal mom before Jason died, and Jason dying just made her like flip her shit? Or was she always like kind of nuts? Was she like, Pamela's a fucking Karen, bro. Like, she'd be at the fucking Walmart, or like, what's the old like 80s version? Well, what was around in the 80s? Anyway, she was at the Walmarts back in the day. Fucking let me speak to your manager, have an ass. Anyways, though, fucking, was she a normal mom, though? But anyways, her son dies, everyone knows the story at this point, and she goes off the fucking deep end. So, this is all of the movies. Even the reboot. Believe it or not, I'm going to put the reboot in this timeline. Okay? I have plans. What's that mean? Where it's like, I have plans, but I can't say it because the ops will stop me or whatever. I'm not exactly sure how it goes, but anyways, I have plans. So you've got, hear me out. So you've got the first movie, Jason dies, sucks totally, and Pamela fucking loses it, and for a while she just kind of mourns until she starts hearing about, her girlfriends and stuff like that. Like, girlfriends being like friends, that's what ladies call their friends. They'll be like, oh, my girlfriend the other day, But anyways, they start talking about cult stuff and, this stuff and that stuff. And the 80s and 90s was the rise of, like, the satanic panic or whatever that was called. So you've got, like, Satanism and stuff like that. You might be able to tell where I'm going already if you know these movies like I know these movies. Okay? And she starts going into like whatever you call like the cult from like Ash vs. the Evil Dead. Believe it or not, sacrilege, I know. I have not seen those movies yet. I do own Army of Darkness, but given the fact that it's the third movie, I want to see the other ones first. Even though I know that apparently the first movie is like pretty disconnected, and it's kind of like the same situation that Mad Max is in, where like the first movie is like barely recognizable, you know, and then like 2 and 3 kind of establish what the franchise is. I think it's the same situation as that. Anyways, fuck, what was I talking about? Anyways, the Necronomicon. So she starts, you know, reading the Book of the Damned and the Book of the Dead or whatever it's called, and like, there's this Trump meme I saw where it's like, people are reading the Necronomicon. It literally says on the first page not to do that. You can't do that. You can't read the Necronomicon. I can't do a very good Trump impression. Dude, if I had my fucking boy Jimmy over here, dude, well, it's fine. I don't really care that I said his name. I mean, he's got a pretty generic name. I mean, so do I. I'm fucking Tyler. You know, but anyways, now if I had my boy fucking Jimbo over here, bro, he can do a Trump impression that's like, you could fake it. He could call up the White House and have them fooled, you know, be like talking to them for 45 minutes before they realize Trump doesn't usually talk about this talk this long, you know. He's been talking about McDonald's and Taco Bell for like 45 minutes. I didn't even know he went there. Anyways, he does the best impressions. Someone even say the greatest. Someone even say the greatest. You see, I can't do a very good Trump. What the fuck was I talking about? Oh my god. Fucking. Anyways, well, occult stuff. The Necronomicon. Okay, and she starts doing these rituals, and they don't work for her. At least she thinks so. She doesn't, you know, magically have her son come back to her. She doesn't find Jason, you know, hidden in the woods or anything like that. So she thinks this plan failed, you know, and she just kind of goes nuts because, you know, obviously the counselors failed her, magic failed her, and like demonic witchcraft shit failed her, you know, so she just goes off the fucking deep end and decides to take matters into her own hands. And then from there on, you pretty much get the movies as is, because Jason shows up in the second movie. Well, he shows up at the end of the first as like the boy and stuff like that, except it's a dream sequence. Except it's not really a dream sequence because that does happen. Except it doesn't happen. It's hell, okay? So Jason, like, as a little boy, you know, he did die, and he probably would have went to heaven if it wasn't for his mom fucking around. His mom sent him to hell, okay? I guarantee you, like, obviously he's like fucking, I don't know what age Jason died, like 8, 9, 10, fucking 425 and 6 quarters, you know? I don't know. But anyways, typically, kids get to go to heaven. I mean, you got some bad kids out there, don't get me wrong, but typically kids get to go to heaven. Anyways, so Jason probably would have went to heaven, except all the shit that Pamela was fucking around with like all the Necronomicon and stuff, sent him to hell. And that's what drove him fucking mad, and like gave him this bloodlust and this internal like want and need to kill, you know. It's not even like, it's instinctual, it's mechanical, like this is just who Jason is, you know. Jason operates, you know, he doesn't, like, he functions as a person, but like you're not going to catch Jason relaxing by the fucking, you know, lake or anything, or just taking in the sights. I guarantee you, when we don't see Jason and we don't see the counselors and he's not being like, if he doesn't have anything to act upon, I guarantee you, motherfuckers sitting there just like this. All day, you know what I mean? Like, literally just fucking stone-faced, like, waiting for something to do, you know? Like, he does still eat and stuff like that, but, like, when he's not hungry and he's just sitting there and Like, he literally performs, like, the basic functions, I guarantee it. That's what he's, like, on his days off, you know? He probably just performs the basic functions of, like, going to the bathroom and, like, killing a small animal whenever he's hungry, or maybe a large animal, too. I'm sure Jason can take down large animals. I don't know. But anyways, you know, he performs the basic functions, but nothing else. I guarantee you that's what Jason is like. And again, it's all his mom's fault, you know? Because if, you know, say this scenario, Jason didn't die, because I know that's a theory as well. Say Jason did not die, and you know, just survived, and just instead of running back to the camp because he was scared, he like decided to, you know, be like, fuck it, I'm a woodsman now. So, you know, where was I going with that? Oh yeah, then Jason would have probably been like a fairly normal person, and probably wouldn't have really killed too much, like, unless, you know, it was like self-defense. You know, you could have the movies play out that way, where Jason is attacked by like these random biker hitchhiker combo thing, where like it's somebody who's antagonizing Jason, and then when he gets his taste for blood, you know, his like first kill, you could have it like Joker style, like the first Joaquin Phoenix Joker movie, the good one, you know? You could have it like Joker style, where that pushes him over, and like he gets his first taste for blood, and he's like, it's like that scene from Ren and Stimpy where he's like, these hands, you know, like, you know, that's pretty interesting too. But no, we're not going with that. We're going with Pamela ruins everything. You know, this is all Pamela's fault. You know, and it's all just the love of a mother, the love of a mother. Anyways, sponsored by Taco Bell, not sponsored, but you know, the cheesy gordita crunch or whatever. I don't know what the fuck is at Taco Bell, bro. I've definitely cussed like way too many times in this video to be sponsored by like fucking anything. So because all holds are bowed or whatever. What's up, my dad? No, I'm joking. I don't do that. No bridge incident for me. anyways, Jason goes to hell as a boy, gets a bloodlust, you know, gets a need for murder, and basically loses his soul and stuff like that. But it is successful and not successful at the same time, because clearly Jason does come back. And at first, he's a person, you know, he's a human. That's why in the second, third, and fourth movies, you see him as a person. But here's the thing. He looks different every time, right? Oh, because they have different actors, and then they weren't consistent with the guy who played Jason because he's just a guy in a hockey mask or a bag hat or whatever, and they can replace him in every movie. Yes, I know. Shut up. The actual reason, the only correct reason, if you're cool, if your dick is 10 inches long, and you know what you're talking about, the actual reason is because he's a demon. Not a demon. But he's like possessed. He's got like demonic energy in him. He's not like full on possessed like I do believe it is Jason in Control, you know. But he's definitely got these dark desires. And his body kind of like changes, you know, it like how do I describe it? Like okay, so like under his skin, you know, the flesh kind of moves around and it's malleable, you know, because he was never meant to have an adult body, you know, because he died as a boy. So when he got brought back by like the devil and Pamela's like witchcraft from the Necronomicon, it's basically just an approximation of what he would look like. You know those like police, like for like missing children. You know when they use like those computer programs to like age up the person, and it's like a close approximation of what they might look like as an adult. It's that, baby. It's that. It's a close approximation of what he would look like as an adult, made by the devil. You know, the devil is like, well, you look like this, so you might look like this, and then in part 3, it's like, well, maybe you look like this actually, and then in part 4, it's like, well, maybe you look like this actually, Yeah, see? That's where it's coming from. And that explains the different actor each time, and, why, like, because it's not even like, oh, second movie to third movie, he cut his hair. No, it's like completely fucking different. Like the second movie, he had like a whole thing going on this side of the face. He had something on his head, and then he did have the long hair, yes. Which, I mean, the prime candidate. You can cut your hair. I actually am growing it out right now. I'm not gonna show it because I'm super self-conscious. So until it actually gets grown out, I'm not gonna show it just yet. Because right now I just look like a cool youth pastor. Anyways, though, or at least hopefully a cool one. I'm probably like I probably look like a boring one. Like, today, kids, we're going to learn about Jesus. Nah, but the way cooler J name, Jason. So, anyways, that's why it looks different in every movie, because it's just an approximation. It's like ever shifting, ever changing. Well, you might look about this age, this height, this, facial features and structure and bone makeup and blah blah blah. Because there is no adult Jason. There is, but there's not. He is like. He's human. Like, he is human. He is physically put back here on this earth. But he ain't right. He ain't right. And then you go into the third movie. Like I said, cuts his hair and his face looks different. You go into the fourth movie. Still bald in that one, which, love that. Again, growing my hair back out. But speaking as a bald guy for the past like 2-3 years now, love a good bald representation. You got like Jason Voorhees, Dr. Eggman, fucking Lex Luthor, Phil Swift, Johnny Sins. Phil Swift isn't bald. What am I talking about? No, not Phil Swift. I don't know who the fuck I'm talking. Oh, Mr. Clean, yeah. Mr. Clean, like one of the baldest baldies out there, Sorry for the slur, but he's the baldest of the baldies, That's like a guy, That's like a celebrity, When like every time I would shave my head, be like, oh, look at this Mr. Clean looking motherfucker over here, you know what I'm saying? I'm in a good mood, y'all. I just went swimming, boned my girlfriend. I'm in a really good mood. I'm sorry. So, you're gonna listen to me yap for a little bit longer. So, he dies in the fourth movie. And I hear what you're saying, though. Is like, how does he die if he's a demon, if he's, like, possessed, if he's, like, mortal but brought back? That's how. He's immortal but brought back, He is fake. He's fake. He's not physical flesh manifest. He's a specter. I think the word would be, or yeah, specter. He's a specter. Is that right? I don't know, man. I don't know terminology. So he's a specter. Okay. So he can still die. That's why, like in the third movie, he gets hurt. Like I love that about like early Jason. It's like even the filmmakers admit that Friday the 13th's always been a ripoff of Michael Myers and like Halloween as a franchise. But I like when I like when Jason is a human. I like zombie Jason too. I'll get to that. But when Jason's a human, it actually lends a lot of credibility to it. Like in the second movie especially. Dude is like stumbling, tripping over things. One of my favorite character moments, not my favorite scene, but a character moment, is when Jason goes in the second movie. When Jason goes into the cabin, right, and there's the girl who's like hiding under the bed, and she almost gets away with it, but there's like a big ass rat that comes out of nowhere, because of course there's a big ass rat that comes out of nowhere. And she pees herself. And Jason sees this, or like hears it, I guess, or smells it, picks up on it somehow. I don't know, man. Maybe like he like sniffed the air like a snake. It was just like, you know, I don't know. Anyways though, he stands up on the chair and like waits for her to come out, even though like you could stab through the bed. Well, whatever. He waits for her to come out, and when he goes to lift his pitchfork over his head to like stab her, the fucking chair breaks and he falls to the ground, breaks the pitchfork in half. And if I remember correctly, didn't he like almost impale himself on it? Like it didn't hit him obviously, but like the pitchfork kind of like went to the side, like right next to him. Or no, I think it gets embedded in the floor actually, but still the thing breaks in half. And that's what I like, you know, the imperfect killer. Like, you know, he's like kind of fucking up. And I know I talk about this scene every time I talk about Friday the 13th and Jason as a whole. Probably should have said that the other way around. But like, I love the scene where it's in the second movie still, and like, I can't remember anyone's names in these movies, like at all, except for Jason and Pamela, but like, duh, you know? But, no, like, so let's say Becky and John, you know, are the two characters in the second movie. No, they're not, but that's what I'm giving them. And like, John walks into the dark room because the power's cut, so, you know, can't really flip the switch. John walks into the dark room, and like, fucking, you can see, like, and see what I really love is they could have been cheesy and, oh, hello, come over here, come here. Anyways, though, it could have so easily, they just had like a thunderstorm and like the lightning illuminates Jason, and then we get to see Jason. And speaking of seeing, here's the pretty girl. Yep, I got flea medicine for her today, so she's got flea medicine now because she randomly got fleas. She never had them. Like, she literally used to be an outside cat, and then all of a sudden now she gets fleas. It's like, what the hell? Anyways, though, oh yeah. And he walks in to like check, because this is way past like they know Jason's here, and he walks in to check the room, and you just see like a figure, and you can barely see it, and I really love that, because that's something that particularly like, because I had an experience once, okay? So this is right back when like my sister first met the guy she's with now. They just got married, by the way. My sister is now married. Yay, happy for her. You know, be great if I could get married. You know? Anyways, though, and like, ow, you're fucking clawing me, bitch! God. Fucking move. Anyways, though. I go to the bathroom in the middle of the night. I don't turn on the lights because I'm a grown fucking man. Stop turning on the lights, you children. What is that all about? Anyways, I go to the bathroom in the middle of the night. Pitch black, of course. And it just so happens to be, like, now my room, and then my sister's room, and then a hallway connecting, and then the bathroom over here. Okay? But anyways, it just so happens to be that at that exact same moment, Caitlin and Cam, that's my brother-in-law's name, were, you know, sneaking into the room, their room, in the middle of the night. It was like fucking 12, 1, I don't know. But this moment leads to me opening my door and Cam standing right here facing me. And it's pitch black, but I know someone's there. You know, like, I didn't hear him, I can't see him, but like, I know someone's there. You know, I can feel it. You know, you can, the human mind, like, you have more than just 6 senses, you know. I felt that much. You know, not like that. Pause. But no, like, I don't know what it is. And what I did is, like, I paused for a moment, and then I slapped him like that. Like, literally just put my hand out and slapped him. Not, like, in his face, but, like, on his chest, actually, just... And I was like, that's real. And then I put my hands up, and I was gonna deck him in the fucking face. And then my sister piped up and was like, Tyler, it's us. And then I was like, oh, okay. Because I know I really was. I was going to, like, fucking, yeah, just, like, deck him in the fucking face, bro. What's up, mama? Why you so happy? Am I talking? Am I up past my bedtime? She's such a pretty kitty. Look, there's her tail. Anyways, so that leads in turn to Friday the 13th Part 2. She goes in, he goes in the room, John does. You know, John Dis what? I don't know. Anyways, he goes into the room, and again, there's like no storm or whatever, so I really respect them because it has that vibe of where, like, even in the movie, even in the form of a movie, you know someone's in there. You know, like, they give you just enough light to, like, see, like, a silhouette, like, kind of like a shadow in the night, you know. And then Jason starts moving, like, towards the guy, and fucking Becky, her ass, it is so realistic, because, like, what do you do in these situations? Everybody in these situations thinks, like, oh, I got this, I'll handle this situation. I'll tell you what, I will, because, like I said, I was going to deck him in the fucking face, because I thought, I was like, there's something there, you know. Anyways, though, so I know for a fact I would handle that situation. She's just like, John, there's someone in there, John, you know, and, like, Jason grabs him by the throat and starts fucking choking him and shit, and then they have, like, a whole fight, but I love it, I love that moment. I love the I love the fallible killer, you know, give me a killer who fucking isn't the greatest. I love a killer that can be killed, that makes the tension so much better. With all these, like, Michael Myers and fucking Art the Clowns and stuff like that, they're cool, they're and intimidating. You know, they are, like, a threat and scary, sure, absolutely. But, like, I know there's nothing you can do, short of, like, you can slow him down and you can, like, run over Michael Myers and run over Art the Clown, you know, but they're gonna get back up and there's no point, you know. It's like, might as well just lay down and let him do it, you know. Maybe not, he's, like, really awful, but, like, you know what I mean? With Jason, though, there's a chance, you know, and that's what makes it good, Now, the later movies kind of disregard that. Speaking of the later movies, so he dies in the 4th movie because, again, Jason is immortal. If not quite correct mortal, he is still immortal, and he is able to die, and he gets killed, and then he slides down on the blade, which is so fucking gross and, like, ew, you know. But that leads into the 5th movie, which is so underrated. Like, I know it's not perfect, and I know it's got some plot issues here. Ow, I'm stepping on my balls. Anyways, it's not perfect, and, you know, it's got some plot issues here, some plot issues there, and the whole plot twist, like, it's not the greatest on a rewatch. On the first time, I really liked it. I really appreciated the plot twist, because you got is Tommy actually fucking nuts? You know, he's another character I do remember Tommy, but of course I remember Tommy. But anyways, is he actually fucking nuts? Like, there was a point in the 5th movie, watching it for the first time, I was like, maybe. You know, because, like, he's shown to have, like, anger issues and, like, control issues and hallucinations and shit like that. I was like, is he fucking nuts, you know? Which, no, he turns out being innocent. Spoilers, the movie came out, like, 40 fucking years ago, before I was born. You know, the 5th movie is the 5th movie. And even while Jason is dead, Tommy is still tortured by the thoughts, you know? Because y'all thought it was just, you know, the psychological effect of a little boy killing a grown man that was killing their friends and like family members and stuff. And yes, while that is true, that's gonna have an effect on you. You don't just go through a situation like that and then go into the fourth grade the next day and be like drawing what the fuck do fourth graders draw? Like a Luke Skywalker. That was in the 80s. You know, I don't think he just went into fourth grade and was like drawing Luke Skywalker and fucking crayon and shit. And was like, oh boy, this is a good day. I might have lost my mom and went through a traumatic experience, but at least he didn't even have a list from the movie. I don't know why I'm doing this. Anyways, at least I made it out alive and I used my cool movie making skills. I don't know why I did that. Anyways. What I'm getting at is, yes, the trauma. That is a legitimate thing. The hallucinations, though. That's Jason's lingering evil. You know? It's calling to Tommy. It's beckoning Tommy. You know, commit sin, do murder, steal candy from babies. Steal from businesses. And I'm not, I don't know how it goes, I forgot. It's like, hey, Shadow is me, the devil. I'm here to convince you to do sins, like, it's like steal from businesses, and, he's like, small businesses or whatever. I'm not talking about Walmart, you know, because he's like, the devil. I don't know. But it's calling to Tommy the whole time. You know, kill, murder, lose yourself, lose your temper, lose your anger, your rage. Use that. You know, it's like the straight up like villain monologue. You know, So, what happens at the end of the movie? Tommy does prevail, or does he? You know, because they do that like fake out. Tommy is Jason after having the fake Jason be revealed as like a normal dude, you know, and also the normal dude was also infused with Jason's energy because like he witnessed the murder. Anytime you witness a murder, anytime you witness evil incarnate, you know, that leads you to, you know, being influenced, not completely taken over, but influenced. And the closer you are to that, you know, like Roy. Okay, apparently I just know a lot of names from Friday the 13th. Whatever. Roy Burns, I believe his last name is Burns anyways. You know, he wasn't super close to Jason Voorhees specifically, so that's why he decided to become, like, the killer and stuff like that. You've gotta fucking chill with the scratching me. I don't know what the fuck your problem is, okay? You fucking harlot. But you've gotta chill with fucking scratching me, bro. Like, love on me, you know, sit on, do whatever you want. You've got to chill with scratching me, okay? Okay, mama. Mwah. Anywho, fucking, you know, that's why he does that, and he takes on the whatever. Tommy, though, he was really close, you know, so he's got it the worst. And then what happens in the sixth movie? Boom, first scene, opens up. Tommy and some other nerd we don't know the name of because I don't fucking know who he is. They go to Jason's grave, dig him up, and they're going to light him on fire and stuff like that, if I remember correctly. Yeah, they're going to light him on fire. Because Tommy, he feels this call, he feels this pull, this inclination, you know, this drawing, you know, this lull, you know, this desire. No, I'm joking. I'm not going to keep naming them. Plus, that's also a nice exit out because I was running out of words and synonyms and stuff. You want to know a sip of draw? You can't drink out of a straw because you don't know how to drink out of a straw, loser. You don't know how to drink out of a straw. Cats can't drink out of a straw. Anyways, though, what happens though? We all know it. Jason gets resurrected. Gamers rise up, you know, and Jason comes back. This time, the gloves are off. Actually, they're on in that movie. But no holds barred. I think that's the phrase, right? Or no holds barred. Yeah, gloves are off. Fucking belt is off. Is that I don't. What I'm saying is there's no limitations this time. You know, the devil isn't playing around this time. You know, it's like Jason. I brought Jason back once as like a guy, and you guys killed him. You know, this is like if when Jesus was crucified, we got Jesus 2. You know what I'm saying? I was gonna do a bit where I ate it all in one bite, but that was a lot of banana. I guess that I just had a long, hard thing in my throat. Anyways, Jesus 2, yeah. Alright. Like I said, no holds barred. Because, like, the sixth movie, Jason, like I said, he's back. He's doing inhuman shit, impossible feats of strength. He, like, presses a girl's face through, like, sheer metal in that movie. Like a cartoon character. He, like, gets shot. I don't think he gets stabbed at all, but he gets shot, like, in the chest with a shotgun. And just, like, is like, ugh. Okay, anyways, you know, and, like, proceeds to, slaughter all of them, you know? And, like I said, gloves are off, except they're on. You know, the gloves are on in that movie because Jason is ready to do some killing. However, still gets beat at the end of the seventh movie. Yeah, whatever. Big whoop. Loss for the man. Go into the seventh movie, and I really love the seventh movie. The seventh movie might just be maybe my favorite, or maybe like my second favorite. It's in the top 3. It's in the top 3 somewhere. You know, maybe I'll do a ranking, like, you know, tier list style. Directly behind me, Tyler. But come on. Anyways, tier list style, like, stuff like that, you know. But for now, it's just in the top 3. So there's the spoiler for if I eventually ever do a tier list. When's that Tremors tier list from? Shut the fuck up, anyways. What you looking at? Anyways, though, oh yeah, 7. Carrie versus Jason, aka Tina versus Jason. I love Tina. I love that movie. I think the character work is great. It's one of the movies I actually like remember all the characters and stuff like that, and I'm actually sad, like, aw, damn, she died. Aw, damn, he died. You know, and then there's that bitch that fucking, like, makes fun of her, with the, like, the jacket, like, cause he, like, grabs her friend's, like, jacket, puts it on backwards, and is like, hey, Tina, who am I? And, like, you know, starts doing this. It's just great. I love it. And what's funny is I laughed at that scene, and my sister, like, kind of got on me for, like, laughing at it. She's like, Tyler, that's not funny. That's not alright. And I was like, I'm right, fine. And then she backpedaled and was like, I guess you can laugh at it. Because me and her have both, you know, been in and out of the, you know, China home. Not really, but, you know, I have. Anyways, that's not important. Let's not talk about that. Let's talk about Friday 7, because I like Friday 7. It's really cool. It's Gucciarino Childish Gambino, because it's cool. You know, I love it. It's got the best of the zombie undead Jasons. Best Jason design. Not a hot take, not a controversial take at all. That is a lukewarm, you know, piss yellow, warm, easy take. I'm pretty sure everyone thinks 7 is the best look. I mean, like, as far as zombie Jason goes, maybe some, like, diehards out there are like, no, it's Freddy vs. Jason, that's the best look. Alright, with your fucking 14-inch platform boots, Jason having ass, fucking ready to fucking strut down his stuff at the fucking, gala, the Grand Galloping Gala, you know. I'm serious. Like, look at the fucking costume design. I've got the action figure of it over there. He's got platform boots, y'all, that are like 4 inches at least. At least. Boy was like mad insecure in that film, you know. I mean, I'm sure it's actually like the actor and stuff. Anyways, 7 happens, 8 happens, and also 8, they kind of really like have some unexplainable shit in that movie. Where like, why is Jason seemingly everywhere? Oh well, she was on coke. Why is Jason like kind of able to be over here, over there, over here, over there, and he always follows you directly behind. He's a demon. He's possessed, and like I said, no holds barred. The devil ain't fucking around this time. And also, the 8th movie. Okay, so I really don't like this. How that movie ends, like in the sewers and stuff like that. I really don't like this, unless you use my headcanon, which I still don't like. But with my headcanon, it makes it like 1% better. Maybe 1.5. I am pretty great. Thank you. Anyways, though, so the end of the movie, they go into the sewers. There's like the fakest shit you've ever heard of. They're like, the sewers flood with poison acid every night at 12. It's like, what fucking sewers are you in? Chernobyl? I'm pretty sure they don't fucking do that. I mean, I'm no sewerologist myself, but I'm pretty sure sewers don't flood with toxic waste at 12 in the morning. Anywho, so what's it? See, I can pan down and show you my cute cat. She's right here. I'm gonna poke her. Oh my god, I'm poking her. Oh my god. Anyways, though. Oh, fucking. Fuck. Little boy Jason. Alright, so like when the toxic waste happens and stuff like that, that's not real. That's not happening. Like, they don't actually revert Jason back to a child. That is, with Jason dying yet again, he is fully, like, releasing all of his negative energy and the devil's influence and stuff like that. And that is influencing... I don't remember their names. See, I don't know. I don't remember their names. Yeah, okay. Anyways, he's influencing them to see that's how he is. Because y'all gotta remember, this Jason isn't the real Jason. The one that died was a little boy, He was a little boy. And yeah, so that's why, like, when he dies, he releases all of the energy and stuff like that. And even though in the real life, he's just really melting and stuff like that. Like, the first little bit of that where you see, like, his face melting, that is accurate. The second part, that's happening in the characters' minds, not in real life. In the characters' minds, they're seeing Jason as who he is. Jason was a little boy and stuff like that with very bad prosthetic makeup that you can tell is fake. Jason was a little boy, and that's what it brings it all together. Yes, sir. Going into the 9th movie, Jason Goes to Hell, the final Friday. What does Jason look like in that movie? That is the devil's 3rd attempt. Well, he died, and then brought him back once, and then brought him back twice. Wait. He died, he brought back, and then in the 4th movie, well, the 6th one, he brought back, and then the 8th one, yeah, this is the 3rd attempt. Shut the fuck up, okay? Jeez, God, you let me fucking figure shit out? God. Anyways, this is the 3rd attempt of the devil bringing back Jason. So, it's not very good, because the more and more you do this, obviously, the human body isn't meant to hold that type of evil and shit. And that's why, in the opening to the 9th movie, which I should really be wearing my shirt, because I have I have a poster, well, a shirt with the poster of the 9th movie on it, and it's like really fucking cool. It's like not the poster of the movie, I'll just go get it. What is up, Goblinos? I'm back. Yo, you good? Anyways, so this is the shirt I'm talking about. So, like, hold on, let me try to back up. There you go. Look at that. That's really cool, right? Isn't that really cool? Like, say what you want about the movie. That poster. Anyways. Oh, I also... Will you fuck off? I don't want to hold you anymore. I'm sorry. I also just bought some. This is my Camp Crystal Lake backpack, because I have a Camp Crystal Lake backpack. I use it to put my girl stuff in. And not like official merchandise, but look at this knife, dude. Oh my god. So this shit... Oh, look at that. Look at that. I'm gonna put it away because you're back. But that is a knife. That'll make Crocodile Dundee fucking blush, man. Am I right or am I right? Or am I right or am I shrike? Because that's a fucking Australian bird, right? That's the one that like impales little birds and stuff because it's a killer. See, it is all out there. I kept coming back to his side. It's like a boomerang, coming back to you. Anyways. You still can't drink out of a straw. It is recording, right? Yeah. I was like, oh shit, did I just do all that fucking gabagoo off a screen? Ninth movie, he looks like that in the beginning because, like, the devil is, like, fucking up. And, he also, like, makes him into, like, a little sprite, because that, like, weird demon-looking thing, that's the devil, not like literally the devil, it's not like him, but like that's the devil's energy and influence literally like congealed into a mass of a creature. That is all the negative energy that is concentrated. Alright, so let me explain it this way. Transformers, right? Transformers is a show that started in No, I'm joking. I'm not gonna do all that. It was actually based off of a Japanese line called No, I'm joking. Anyways, though, but no. When Megatron, I'm talking G1 now. When Megatron like transforms into a gun that's like able to fit in the palm of the power of the sun in the palm of your hand. I have always taken that as like, basically, you're compressing the power. Like, Megatron obviously is really powerful, and his fusion cannon is very powerful. Yes, it is. But when you turn him into the gun, you're centralizing that power. Like, the fusion cannon's, beam, like, not a bullet, but a beam, is like this wide across. Whereas, when he's a little gun, it's like this wide across. So you're just focusing that energy and narrowing it down to where, like, that shot will pierce the fucking sun. It might be thinner, so you better have some good aim, but it'll pierce the fucking sun. That's Jason in the ninth movie. Is like all of that energy is Megatroned in to that little demon thing that you see scurrying around and, slurping up people's mouths and stuff. Like that very weirdly homoerotic scene of Jason shaving the guy butt naked that for some reason is nowhere else in the movie. Like, he doesn't prepare anyone else. I don't know if he, like, planned to... He was like, I'm gonna be in this guy for a while, so I might as well make myself look good. I don't know. Doesn't do that to anyone else, and he literally like possesses a woman too at one point, so clearly he's not too worried about like accuracy, quote unquote. Let's talk about the trans progressiveness. Jason Voorhees, another trans icon. Who do you know? Hey, who'd thunk? Who'd thunk? We stand a trans icon. Jason Voorhees. Thank you. Anyways, fucking... he becomes a cop, blah, 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 blah. And then the ninth movie also introduces a lot of stuff like the bounty hunter, Duncan, no, Duke. I knew I'd think of it. And introduces Duke, which I like Duke, Creighton Duke, He is such a weird and odd character, especially that one line about the, hot dog with the girl. That was, weird. I don't know what that was supposed to mean. But anyways, besides that one line, he's super cool, and I do like all of his other weird, what the fuck is this guy even on? Oh, excuse me. Lordy. And if y'all ever get a chance, watch the Friday the 13th fan film, Roseblood. It's not that great. It's kind of weird. Has one of the most fuck-ass cameos that I ever seen. Not gonna spoil it, but, it was whoa, that guy! Tom Holland! Yeah, y'all don't even know, Tom Holland's been in movies fucking ever. Well, actually, this is it is Tom Holland, you know what? I'm sorry, I know I said I wasn't gonna spoil it. Tom Holland is in Friday the 13th Roseblood, the fan film, yep. Sorry guys, I'm so sorry, I did not mean to spoil it, but it just came out, like Tom Holland, he's always spoiling shit. See, it keeps rolling back to itself. Yeah, I am so fucking good at this, aren't I? I am such a good fucking YouTuber. Anyways, though, it's decent. It's half decent. Worth a watch, especially if you get a couple of buddies and it's a drinking movie. I don't know what to say drink every time blank happens, but just drink, It'll make the experience a lot more enjoyable. I did not, however, drink. Why was I bringing that up? Oh, Creighton Duke. He's in the Friday the 13th fan film, and he's really cool. He's good. He's cool. I like him. And that's where the ninth movie, Jason Goes to Hell, the Final Friday, that brings in the Necronomicon, because you see it on the desk. They don't name drop it. They don't do this. They don't do that. But it is there. You see it on the desk. And you get like weird fucking dagger that's maybe also from Ash vs. Evil Dead. I'm not really sure. Like I said, I haven't seen that series yet. It's next on the list. I love Bruce Campbell. You would think, me being a fan of Bruce Campbell, I would have seen the Bruce Campbell movies, but hey, whatever, bro. I'll get to it. I'll fucking get to it, okay? God. You never fucking whatever. Anyways, though, I like the I like Creighton Duke. He's cool. And you get the Necronomicon, you get this, you get that. And, that's kind of that. And then the end of the movie, you see Jason getting pulled down to hell, because, the devil is, sick and tired, It's all of this energy is being forced down and stuff like that. And, this spell, not ceremony, what's the word I'm looking for? Ritual. This ritual is complete, it was a failure. Womp womp. And he gets sucked down. And then you see the claw. It's so fucking stupid, man. Anyways, you see the claw. Fucking anyone watching this in the background, fucking jump scares. Anyways, so fucking the claw comes up and folds his face down. Yeah, well, not his face, his mask. Pulls his mask down. And this is where you briefly ignore the order of the films in which they were produced, because then you get Jason X and then Freddy vs. Jason. Skip Jason X for now. We will come back to that beautiful, wonderful, amazing movie. That's the best in the franchise. Is not. But anyways, you go straight into Freddy vs. Jason. Because why wait around? We're not pulling some Avengers Infinity War and Endgame. Oh, but you have to watch Ant-Man fucking 2 or 3 or whatever it was. And fucking Captain Marvel. Who on earth wants to watch that shit? I just want to go from Avengers Infinity War to Endgame. Like, why are we wasting time here? Let's not waste time. Let's go straight from Jason Goes to Hell to Freddy vs. Jason. Freddy vs. Jason kind of doesn't take a whole lot of explanation. It is what the plot demands, and I'll tell you what, it's a better fucking Batman v Superman. It's fucking 5 minutes of Batman v Superman. Not in this thing. No. Freddy and Jason, like, you get the introduction of, like, Jason, you get the introduction of Freddy, and then they do a little bit here and there and stuff like that. And then right at, like, the middle, whatever, you've got, like, Jason killing people at the corn maze party. Apparently, that's a thing. I don't know what the fuck Backtown Country Hicks do. You'd think I would, living in a Backtown Country Hick, backwater fucking buttfuck nowhereville place that I live now. You know, but anyways, I don't know what people do. But anyways, the corn maze rave. I gotta sneeze. Thank you. Bless you. Thank you. Anyways, the corn maze rave. You know, and Jason starts fucking shit up, and Freddy's like, wait, this isn't right. This is supposed to be my party. You know? And then they actually duke it out, and they're fucking cool. And, like, yeah, they fight for a while, and then fight for a while again. Like, it's cool. That is what Batman v Superman should have been. Batman v Superman fucking sucks as a film. All y'all Snyder bros, no. No. I like Justice League, the Snyder cut. That is good, definitely worth the wait. But, like, Man of Steel was so bad. Batman v Superman, though, it makes me angry. Like, it makes me actually, like, fucking mad, and I get, like, fucking, I almost said toned up. No, I get toned down. You know, I get toned down, and I'm like, it's not supposed to be like that. Fucking, you know, it's so bad. And again, the Batman v Superman. The V's only for 5 minutes. What is this, my sex life? You know, like, oh my god, bro. Oh my god, you know? Like, as far as good, like, versus movies, Freddy vs. Jason, Godzilla vs. Kong. You know, give us a few fights in between, you know? The one scene of, like, Batman and Superman on screen when, like, he crashes the Batmobile into Superman's knee, it ain't enough, bro. Give me more. Give me more. Give me more. It ain't enough. But like I said, I really don't have to explain the whole plot of Freddy vs. Jason. It's kind of like, you know, it is what it is. And I do mean this in a good way, like in the best way. It's a simple movie, you know, it doesn't have any plot twists or turns or dramatic character reveal. Nah, it's a simple movie. So, moving forward. By now, the government, the ever-present villain, like worse than Jason, frankly, the government catches wind of Jason Voorhees and is like, yo, get that motherfucker in the military. Alright, get him in the military. We need that. You know? This was like fucking Jurassic World before Jurassic World. You know, they're just gonna like airdrop fucking Jason Voorhees into like fucking Kuwait or whatever. I don't know the fuck countries are. They're gonna airdrop fucking Jason Voorhees in like Fakramon in fucking Tekken 7 and 8, you know, because Tekken just fucking apparently redoes DLC characters. It's like, hey, you know all the characters? Tekken really be like, want to see me release the same characters and make you charge it and charge you for it? You want to see me do it again? Anyways, yeah, just like fucking airdrop Jason Voorhees in and just let him go nuts, you know? Clearly he can't die. And I know his mask, for some reason, gets a lot of flack. I think it's a cool mask in Jason X, you know, for the first half. Like, the human Jason. I think it's a cool mask. But Jason X, though. Stop being so mean. Stop being so mean, okay? Like, is it a good movie? No. Is it competently written? No. Does it have good characters? No. Do I enjoy it? Yeah. It's a stupid good time. It is a so bad it's good. It is a past its prime movie. This is a movie where like they know what they are at this point. They're not trying, they're having fun. And if I can tell like on a, like behind the scenes and stuff like that, like if I can tell like the people making it and the actors and stuff, if they're having fun, then I'm having fun. I can pick up on the energy. You can't always tell like in movies like did this person have fun, this person not have fun. But in this movie, you can. You can tell because it's got some brevity to it. It's got some humor to it. A kid loses his arm in like the first chunk of the movie, and his reaction is, "Oh dang it!" Shucks. And then they use like nanotechnology, foreshadowing, to put it back together. And like again, this is a movie that it's got a sense of humor. It's got some jokes. Jason throws a guy onto a giant drill. Cause y'all, I don't know about you, but I don't know. I would just leave giant drills laying around. I don't know what the fuck the purpose of that was. But he lays him. He like lays him onto the giant. He pushes him onto the giant drill. Anyways, and he like slides down, like spinning as he goes, like just like this. And then like how would you react to seeing that? Panic, shock, terror, maybe. How the not the main character, how the character that finds him reacts to this is the radio over the walkie-talkie. Hey, I found John. He's screwed. It's so fucking stupid. And it also has one of the series' most creative kills. I brought up Terrifier earlier. Terrifier, you fucking ripped it off. Jason X did the fucking carbon. Oh fuck! I did this the other day when I was trying to tell someone about this scene and I couldn't. Nitrous. Oh my god. Nitrous. The cold air chlor fucking shit, man. Anyways, he takes the girl. Give me a minute. Alright, he takes the girl and he like pushes her head down. Don't worry, she's fine. He pushes her head down into like the freezing water, picks it up and sees that it's frozen and then smashes it on the countertop, You're a good girl. See, she's fine. I'm a willing participant. Anyways, it's like such a cool kill, fucking. Damn it! It's really bothering me because like I just did this like 2 days ago when I was talking to my friend. Which by the way, hi friend. I'm not gonna shout out your name just because your name is a little bit more unique. Not like Uniqua or some shit like that, But like you got like a little bit more of a less common name, so I'm not gonna shout out your name. Anyways though, pretty cool. Going forward though. Sorry, okay. I had to, fucking, my nose is so stuffy because my allergies are fucking with me. Now I got these tight ass goggles like pressing into my very skull. So like your sinuses are right here, So like yeah. And my face is itchy too. I don't know, I think whatever. After Jason X, the very last shot of the movie. Oh, and by the way, the VR scene is peak cinema. Peak cinema. The VR scene where like they have to distract Jason and they input the two models of like just random girls who are like taking their shirt off and they're like, let's smoke pot and have premarital sex, and they literally say that. Like, I'm not making that up, I'm not exaggerating that. I am slightly paraphrasing, probably, because I don't know the exact quote. But they literally say to Jason to, like, piss him off, let's smoke pot and have premarital sex. And then it cuts to Jason fucking, like, seriously, you can find this scene on YouTube, I love it. Just slamming one of them in a body bag onto the other who's in a body bag. And they're just giggling and laughing the whole time. It's the greatest peak cinema. You know, like I said, like, they know what they are and they know what they're doing, and they're clearly having a lot of fun, you know? There's that phrase, like, chewing the scenery and stuff like that. Every fucking actor, set designer, costume designer, was chewing the fucking scenery. That scenery was like fucking beef jerky. That scenery looked like that piece of bug that Fern ate in the fucking Over the Hedge movie. Yeah, where he's like, granted, it takes some time to chew. That's what the scenery in that movie looked like. Because, yeah, it was fucking chewed. Anyways, though, how does the movie end? There's like this huge explosion, and you see this like asteroid of Jason, you know, who is an asteroid now, because I think you can become an asteroid. I don't know. I mean, Master Chief did. Master Chief on the soda bottle. They put Master Chief on the soda bottle. Anyways, though, you see the asteroid land in like the water and stuff like that, and like the mask fall to the ground. And there's the energy stick, the mask. Not that the mask is Jason, not that the mask is the energy, no. But there's like the particles, you know. And what does that lead to happening? The cycle starts over. You see the two teens who are on this alternate Earth, you know, looking out over the water, and they see the asteroid fall, and they're like, let's go check it out. Let's see what that was. And that starts into the Friday the 13th, 2009 reboot that is a part of the Transformers franchise, because Trent in that movie is played by the same actor and same character as the Transformers 2007 movie, and he goes and leaves while that movie is happening. He goes and leaves to the summer house, and that's why there are no references to Transformers in the Friday the 13th 2009 movie, because it actually takes place in 2007, and it actually takes place in 2007 before any of the events of Mission City go down. So that's why that there's a yeah, and that's the universe that fucking they go to. You know, that's the planet, that's the Earth, that's the alternate Earth. You know, that Jason lands on, and it creates this spiraling chain of events where, again, the devil works harder than no one else. He makes it happen again. He reborns Jason, you know? Rebirths, reborns, whatever the fuck the correct term would be. And he makes himself a new Jason. This one's human. This one's a little bit smarter. This one's a trapper. You know, he's got hunting skills, trapping skills. He watched a Vietnam War documentary in the 3rd grade and learned how to make tunnels, you know? And that's where the 2009 movie happens. There we go! Friday the 13th, the entire series, including the reboot, which technically should be separate, but by definition of it being a reboot. It's all canon, baby. It's all canon. I have been motherfucking Scavenger Reviews. I'm gonna go to bed, probably jerk off. Who knows? Let's get weird. There's a million possible things that can happen. My head itches because my hat is very itchy. I've been Scavenger Reviews. You guys can find me on Instagram at Scavenger Reviews as well. Please give me a like, comment, and subscribe. If you want to see more videos like this, then let me know. Drop a comment down in the comments. You know, let's talk about this. if you love Friday the 13th like I love Friday the 13th, let's talk about it, bro. I will, as you can see, like, what's that runtime again? Yeah. As you can see, I will talk about Friday the 13th with you, buddy. I do not mind. Let's shoot the shit, let's spill the spiel, let's spiel the berg. I will talk about this shit with you. Yeah, I've been Scavenger Reviews. Catch you guys on the next one. Like, peace the fuck out, yo.